Hello, beautiful kindred souls, and welcome to my spiritual oasis, here weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. We are doing a yes or no pick a card reading for all the zodiac signs today, and as you can see, we have a little bit different of a setup. So I will be going through all of the different options for you, but before I do that, I would like to invite you to join the Kindred family here by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Drop a comment down below, click like on the video if you like this type of content and want to see more. I always love hearing from you all, of course. So again, we're doing a yes or no reading today, representing all of the zodiac signs with this deck. Yes or no answers to the 8 different areas that you see before you. So, as you can see, we have heavenly bodies and planetary energy. So, instead of, for example, like astral houses, we're looking at sun, moon. This represents your rising sign, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So you can pick the energy based off of a topic. You can pick based off of your astrological placements. So your sun, maybe you check your sun, moon, and rising sign, and you check those different areas. Or maybe you look at your sun, moon, and rising energy for whatever your zodiac sign is. Or if you're asking a love question, you can look at Venus and Mars responses. Moon, Venus, and Mars. So there are a lot of options that you can kind of switch up, select, pick, and triangulate to customize the answer for you. So I am briefly going to go over each of these 8 astral energies so that you kind of know what areas they cover to help you better select your group. So let's look at the sun. So the sun, I think, is the energy we're most familiar with. It covers your self-expression and the embodiment of your truth, okay? So this is the energy that your soul is working to cultivate inside of yourself during your stay here in this personification of yourself, okay? So that's the sun. And then we have the moon energy. So this is your emotional needs, how you nurture yourself and others. It also covers like what makes you feel safe and what makes you feel secure. The moon energy is like where your soul has been already. This is like your comfort zone, if you will, from like a spiritual perspective. And then we have your rising sign, which is represented by house 1 in our layout here. This talks about your individuality, your self-image, your approach to life. This is also energy that you come with in this life and also are cultivating. So it's kind of a blend of the sun and moon points of view or perspectives, but it has a unique take. And this kind of your first house sets the stage for the rest of your layout, right? Because when the first house is set, all of the other houses fall in place in order, okay? So then we have Mercury, which covers your thinking, learning, communication, networking. So this is the signs associated with Mercury would be Gemini and Virgo. So that is the divine masculine, divine feminine sides to Mercury energy. And again, these are all ancient placements, by the way. And then we have Venus. So Venus is the planet that talks about giving, receiving, love, finding value, and seeing beauty. Venus energy is connected to Taurus and Libra in astrology. And then we have Mars energy. So Mars talks about what you're willing to fight for. This is how you move forward, how you defend yourself, and what you're willing to fight for in your life, and what areas and parts and pieces of life you're really driven to infuse a lot of power and energy behind in your life. Mars is connected to Aries and Scorpio energy as ancient placements. And then we have Saturn, well, I guess we can go to Jupiter, going in order. So we have Jupiter energy, and Jupiter is expansive, right? Jupiter is all about growth, expansion, luck. There's this expansive, magnification sort of position that Jupiter plays here. And Jupiter is connected to Sagittarius and Pisces energy. And then we have Saturn. Saturn is the planet that talks about restrictions, experience, struggle, hard work, and patience. And Saturn energy is connected to Capricorn and Aquarius energy. Again, ancient placements. So on this side again, I have all of the astrological signs represented, and I will be doing a yes or no spread for each sign for each of these 8 sections, so you can kind of mix it up as you want to depending on the question that you're asking. So you probably will benefit from taking a moment to meditate on your question and kind of figuring out which area or areas or signs or houses that you think will best give you the answer you're looking for. And like I said, feel free to jump back and forth to different zodiacs. Feel free to use multiple of these heavenly bodies in order to triangulate the message that is meant just for you. We will not be clarifying any messages today. We're just using our yes or no deck and laying out our answers here. Any messages on the cards or that I receive from Spirit, I will share. But these are meant to be quicker messages that, again, you can, listen to many of them in order to come up with a unique, customized message for yourself, okay? So, I feel like I talked a lot. And before we jump into the groups, I always like to say with any sort of reading, but particularly with general readings, making sure that you're using your own powers of discernment and intuition in order to determine what messages are meant for you. These are just meant to be affirming messages to help you, assist you in the process of making your decision, but the ultimate decision is up to you. All right, beautiful soul, pause the video at this point if you needed another moment. Otherwise, we are going to get right into the readings. Hello, Aries, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So we're going to start with your sun sign. So if you have a question connected to sun sign energy, the answer to that yes or no question is a no. Too many things on your plate. So if you had a question connected to that ascending sign or first house energy, the answer to that question is a yes, straight up, no chaser. If you had a question connected to Venus energy, the answer to that question is a yes, by all means. You must be willing to tap into all your resources at your disposal, so make sure that whatever this thing is, it's worth it. All right, and now we have Saturn energy. The answer to that question is a yes, absolutely. View the situation without influence of outside things, people, or opinions. Okay, so now we're going to move down to the moon. So if you're connecting with moon energy for your question, moon and Aries energy, the answer to your question is a no. Ask me next year, or ask me in a year. Mercury, the answer is a no. You have something else. Mars, all right, we had this fine. We had a yes pop out. It says it fine. Is there a better use of your time? And Jupiter. Yes, so it's a very well. If this is sensible and advisable, then it's an affirmative. Okay. So I'm just going to look here and see if there are any additional messages here. I'm feeling, when I put down this answer for Mars, it doesn't feel like a very Mars response to me. This idea of just fine, it's almost like whenever I get this card, it always reminds me of like, you're settling or mediocrity, which is not Mars energy at all. As you would know as an Aries, that Mars energy is very intense, it's very assured, and Mars kind of, you know, with that just really intense energy, doesn't really half-ass stuff, right? Mars just goes after it, pushes full force into whatever it's leaning into. It's a malefic energy, it's intense, challenging, difficult. There's an impulsive nature energy to Mars, but not iffy, you know, not sometimesy, not settling energy. So I would maybe question this a little bit and make sure that whatever this is, that you're not just, it's not just something, a filler, that it is truly something that you are excited about and willing and interested to move and push forward. All right. Yeah, I'm just looking here, trying to see. I don't really see any additional messages for you right now, Aries. I feel like the most straight up answer was the ascendant or the first house question. So if I were to pick a focus, I feel like it would be on that first house energy, like your self-expression and your self-identity, and really just kind of leaning into that energy for yourself. Yeah, so Aries, these are the messages I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below, click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Oh, I bumped it. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So again, we are pulling yes or no answers. For each of the categories. So meditate if you need to. Determine which, you know, area best represents your question. Okay. All right. So the answer to your Taurus sun sign question is a yes. This is why not. Okay. The answer to your ascendant, Taurus ascendant question, or first house in Taurus question, is a no. Can't fit another thing in. The answer to your Taurus, Venus in Taurus question is a no, another commitment. The answer to your Saturn Taurus question is a maybe. So we're going to go ahead and clarify with the tarot. What would make this a yes? What would make this an affirmative? What would make this an affirmative? What would make this an affirmative? Oh. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like it would make it an affirmative if it's something that you enjoy doing. That has to do with work and effort, diligence, precision, skill building, improving your skills, and something that you enjoy doing, something tangible, a tangible manifestation of your skills, hard work, effort, diligence. Okay, that's what would make it a yes. All right, so if your question was connected to the moon, so Taurus, moon, Taurus, moon energy, the answer to your yes or no question is yes. Very well. If this is sensible and advisable, then it's an affirmative. So if you would advise somebody that you cared about to say yes to the question that you asked, then it is a yes for you, is what this card talks about. So now we have Mercury, Taurus, Mercury energy. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. You do not have all the time in the world. Is this worth such a precious, finite resource? So, I feel like this card is basically talking about, you know, saying yes to things that, or respecting your time. Respecting your time like you would something that you value highly. Alright, and now we have Mars energy present here. So Taurus Mars or Mars and Taurus. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes, undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? Is the uncertainty in your head or your heart? And then we have Jupiter. Jupiter, yes or no question. Jupiter, Taurus, Taurus and Jupiter, Jupiter and Taurus. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. This is fair enough. Is someone being cheated? You? A loved one? So making sure you're saying yes to things that are fair to parties involved, including, you know, individuals that might be affected, but maybe not directly connected to the situation, such as like loved ones or friends, family members, things like that. To the specific question that you're answering. Okay. So I'm just looking here, Taurus, to see if there are any additional messages that Spirit had for you. These are very interesting affirmative answers, by the way. They feel like they're really connected to the cards that they're associated with. Yeah, okay, so I don't have any additional messages for you, Taurus. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like on this video and subscribe if we're not already connected. And I shall see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your yes or no reading. Alright, so we're going to have a yes or no connected to all 8 of the energies that we are showing here. So you could be here for many different reasons, but this is basically Gemini in all of these positions. So Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. Alright, so we're going to start with the Sun. So the answer to your Sun sign in Gemini yes or no question is a no, unable to dedicate the time needed. Now we're going to go to the rising sign, which is this first house position. So the answer to your Gemini rising question is a no, another time might work. Now we're going to move on to Venus and Gemini. The answer to your question is a maybe. So we're going to go ahead and what would make this a yes? What would make this a yes? Clarification, Toro, for the Venus and Gemini. Yes or no question. What would make this a yes? So if your question, what would make this a yes, is something that's connected to like investing. Investing time, resources, and energy into something where you are expecting a return. So this could be like investing time, say, in education, investing energy and time into like working for a company, maybe to build some on-the-job skills. This could be literally making investments, like putting money into, you know, the stock market or into, my brain's not functioning properly. into real estate or other types of investments like that, like literal, what I would call literal investments. So yeah, I feel like anything connected to investing, and that could go many different ways. That is the message I'm receiving for you. All right, so the answer to your Saturn in Gemini, yes or no question, potentially related to work, struggle, patience, and restrictions, is a yes. It says undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? Is the uncertainty in your head or your heart? And let's determine if there's any validity in some of those hesitations. All right, so we're going to move into Moon in Gemini. The answer to your Moon in Gemini, yes or no question, is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. We're moving into Mercury in Gemini. Thinking, learning, communication. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. Perhaps when things clear up. Oops. All right, so now we're going to move into Mars. The answer to your Mars in Gemini, yes or no question, is a no. Ask me in a year. And then Jupiter. So the answer to your Jupiter question is a yes. Fair enough. Is someone being cheated, you or a loved one? All right. So with all of these kind of negative energies, I feel like there's a kind of a focus on Saturn, Jupiter energy, potentially even looking at the relationship between Saturn and Jupiter energy. In a lot of ways, they're kind of opposite each other, like Venus and Mars are kind of opposite each other. Jupiter is all about expansion and growth, and Saturn is all about restriction and like bringing things closer, challenges, difficulties, restrictions, hard work and effort. And Jupiter is kind of just like expansive growth. It's a very free, open energy. And so I feel like looking at kind of the balance and relationship between these two energies, specifically in your own birth chart, what are the relationship between those energies and are they balanced? I feel like is the message for you, Gemini. For example, so you're a thinker, right? You are an idea person. So I feel like you might lean more towards that Jupiter energy that's very expansive, very, you know, you don't need anything tangible to hold you down. And that is where Saturn comes in. So I feel like there's a message specifically for you, Gemini, where we are taking those expansive ideas and we're grounding them in reality. We're putting in work and effort in the tangible world in order to make those ideas, the best of those ideas, reality. So, Gemini, these are the messages I've channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, drop a comment down below. Let me know what did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already connected here. And I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your yes or no reading today. So we are looking at Cancer and Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn energies and the 8 positions available here today. So we're going to go ahead and start shuffling out your answers, starting from the Sun position in the upper left-hand corner. So the answer to your Sun in Cancer, yes or no question, is a yes. This is fair enough. Is there someone being cheated, you or a loved one? Making sure that you're paying attention to all parties involved and you're making sure that you're saying yes to opportunities that are fair to yourself and that's closest to you. So the answer to your rising sign question is a yes, without fail. And then we're moving on into your Venus in Cancer related question, yes or no question, is a yes. It says naturally. Are you trying to make this fit or does it flow into your purpose and direction? I feel like specifically there's a message around like love or romance and making sure that any sort of love ship or romantic relationships are connecting, that are being additive to your life, and they're connecting you. They're not interrupting your path, purpose, and direction. All right, we're going to move on into Saturn energy. Saturn in Cancer. All right, good night, baby. All right, so the answer to your Saturn in Cancer question is a no, you cannot. Not able to at this time. So I feel like Saturn's basically saying there maybe are some lessons or priorities that you need to focus on right now. So if you're maybe asking a question about something outside of that, you are just not able to at this time. You have other kind of focuses in your life. Okay, now we're moving on into the moon. The answer to your moon in Cancer question is a no, straight up, no chaser. Excuse me. Moving into your Mercury in Cancer question. The answer to that question is a yes, permission granted. Why do you need someone else's permission? Now we're moving into the Mars position. Mars in Cancer is a yes, absolutely. View the situation without influence of outside things, people, or opinions. So you being absolutely certain that this is the direction that you are meant to go is what this message is strongly vibing here. And last but not least, we have Jupiter. So Jupiter in Cancer, yes or no question. The answer for you is a no. Ask me in a year. So timing seems to be very important in this particular situation, which most of the time, timing is important. I feel like for you, Cancer, there was a really strong influence and focus on Saturn energy, being mindful of this concept of restriction. That restriction isn't meant to stop you or prevent you from doing what you need to and want to and desire to in your life, but it is meant to bring you a perspective that is based in diligence, hard work, effort, patience, these different energies here. I feel like if you ask a question concerning love or around the realm of love, romance, that sort of thing, I feel like making sure that the situation is natural, making sure you're absolutely certain, and making sure that it is not affectingly or negatively impacting your inner space, and that you're not losing your individuality, even as you blend your energy with another, but that you hold your own individuality. You don't lose the focus for your own path, purpose, and direction in life, okay? So my beautiful souls, these are the messages that I have channeled for you. I hope this was helpful. If something did resonate, drop a comment down below, click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So we are looking at Leo in all of these heavenly body positions. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Okay? So take a moment to determine which of the 8 areas your question best fits into, or maybe there are a couple of areas that your question fits into, and then you can triangulate a message. Again, make sure you're checking out your specific astrological positions in the various different applicable heavenly bodies to get a more pointed answer for you. Okay? All right. So the answer to your Sun in Leo yes or no question is a no, you cannot. You're not able to at this time. The answer to your rising Leo or first house in Leo question is a yes. This is affirmative. If this something is supportive, hopeful, and encouraging, then it's a yes. The answer to your Venus in Leo yes or no question is a yes, by all means. You must be willing to tap into all the resources at your disposal. Is it worth it? The answer to your Saturn in Leo question is a no, cannot fit another thing in. Okay, we're going to move on to the Moon in Leo. is a yes. Permission granted. Why do you need someone else's permission? Then we have Mercury and Leo next. The answer to your yes or no question is no. Unable to dedicate the time needed. All right, Mars and Leo. The answer to your yes or no question for Mars and Leo is yes. You bet. Only if you're willing to risk something that you value. And then we look at Jupiter. Jupiter and Leo position. Alright. So the answer to your question is a yes. Naturally. Are you trying to make this fit, or does it flow into your purpose and direction? Message that I'm getting there in that card is basically that we can't make something fit that doesn't. Right? If it's a round hole, the square peg is not. It's just not going to fit into it. You can't make it that way. I feel like there's also a message around not giving up on dreaming, not giving up on thinking big, and also when you are thinking big, you know, the first idea that you have to make that thing reality or make it tangible might not be the right solution, but that doesn't mean you give up on it. It might just mean that there's another way to make that thing come to fruition. And again, if it is meant to be, then it will happen. Just kind of keep working through the problem. That feels like a very specific message potentially for someone, but that is indeed the message that I was receiving, so I am sharing. So I am just kind of looking here. So I feel like if you came asking a question around love, some sort of love or romantic relationship, there is a positive energy towards that. Venus, Mars, and the moon are all in a affirmative position. I feel like, you know, looking at the Jupiter-Saturn relationship, you know, Saturn's about restrictions, Jupiter's about expansion. And I feel like these two responses are kind of talking to each other as well. So Saturn is saying you can't fit another thing in, and Jupiter is saying yes to the things that are a natural fit for you. So I feel like it's like not forcing things to fit that don't fit, but moving to, you know, adding things in or incorporating things that are on your path, on your journey. As you go along, you're picking those things up, those people, those energies, those messages up, and just adding them as you're moving forward. But you're not doing anything that's causing you to twist and turn outside and make detours and do all these other sorts of things. So just being mindful of that as you're going along here. It reminds me of like when you're playing, at least like back in the day games, or like even like Mario Kart or other things where you're literally going forward, like you're going straight. There's no going back. These are the old school games, like original Nintendo and Sega Genesis, like original Sega Genesis, where you're just going forward. You literally cannot go backwards. All you can do is just go forward. And that's kind of what I feel like. You're picking up things on the way. You're adding coins. You're getting extra lives and stuff like that on your way forward. And you're not detouring and going out of your way and doing all these other sorts of kind of peculiar, out-of-the-box things. All right, Leo, so these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, drop a comment down below, click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to go ahead as I shuffle. You can kind of determine which of these 8 areas or which of these 8 energies will best connect with the answer for your yes or no question. So we are looking at Virgo and Sun. So the Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Okay. And we are looking at yes or no energy, yes or no questions, affirmative, negative for Virgo. All right, so we're going to start with the sun. So the sun in Virgo, yes or no question. The answer is a no. Buckle down in your priorities right now. We're going to look at the first house or ascending sign, Virgo position. The answer to your yes or no question is a no, not this time. So we're looking at Venus in Virgo position. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes, totally. Are you looking at the entire situation? Then we're moving on into the Saturn position. So Saturn in Virgo. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes, very well. Is this sensible, advisable? Then it is affirmative. Feels like a very Saturn response or answer. Okay, now we have the moon in Virgo. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes, undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? Is the uncertainty in your head or heart? Basically digging around, and asking yourself, is it valid? Like, you know, there's hesitation often for a reason. Sometimes it's fear. You know, sometimes it's fear-based. You know, we're afraid to try something new, go out of our comfort zone, or to do something that we've failed at in the past. And sometimes they're legitimate concerns or uncertainties. So I feel like there's kind of also energy around like trusting your intuition as well, and respecting your intuition. If you're feeling uneasy about something or uncertain about something, really just dig down into it and see if there's any validity there. All right, now we're moving on to Mercury in Virgo. So this is a natural position for Virgo, or I should say for Mercury to be in. The answer to that question is a yes here. We're moving on to Mars in Virgo. The answer to your yes or no question is a no, another commitment. And the answer to your Jupiter in Virgo question is a yes. Why not? Truly ask yourself that question. Why not? Depending on the question that you ask, if your question is pretty intense, you might even want to write down the why nots and the whys and really analyze them. You know, Virgo is the sign of analysis and data gathering. So gather your data and analyze it to determine what actually does make sense, because there might be some validity in the hesitation. So I feel like there was a lot of affirmative energy here for you. I feel like if you're incorporating any sort of love ships, that you want to make sure that you are being honest about the situation. You're looking at it in its totality, and that you are really getting down to any answers to questions that you might have, or insecurities or doubts or red flags. If you are out of, this feels very specific, but if you are out of communication with someone right now, a romantic relationship is specifically what I'm thinking, but it could also be some type of friendship. If you're out of connection or contact with them, that reaching out or reconnecting with them, only if you're willing to do it, only if it's something that you're willing to do, is what is the message I'm getting. It feels like energies in general that you were trying to implement into your life through, I would say, like the Saturn-Jupiter dynamic, that it's kind of interesting because it kind of feels like Jupiter is being a little bit more like critical, like why not? Let's analyze this and get down to, really kind of thinking this through. And I feel like Saturn's kind of on the other side is being affirmative here, but also, throwing in some sensibility, right? So if this makes sense, if you would advise someone that you cared about to do this, then you know, sure, go ahead and do it, right? So a very interesting spread that you have here, Virgo. So these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we are not yet connected here on YouTube. And I will see you all in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello Libra, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle out responses, yes or no responses to these 8 areas of life, if you will, or these 8 energetic energies in life. So take a moment to determine which area your question best fits into, or areas, so that you can triangulate the message that is specifically meant for you. All right, so we're going to start with the sun. The answer to your sun in Libra, yes or no question is a no, unable to dedicate the time needed. The answer to your first house in Libra or ascending sign Libra, yes or no question is a no, not really your thing. Every opportunity is not a fruitful endeavor. The answer to your Venus in Libra, yes or no question is yes, straight up, no chaser. The answer to your Saturn in Libra question is a no, another commitment. The answer to your Moon in Libra question is a yes, you bet. Only if you're willing to risk something that you value. The answer to your Mercury in Libra, whoa, 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 whoa. Making a mess. Okay. Let me get this. Okay. Let's try this again. So the answer to your Mercury in Libra, yes or no question is a no. Limit your commitments. The answer to your Mars in Libra, yes or no question is a no. Doesn't sound like the right fit. The answer to your Jupiter in Libra, yes or no question is a yes. Naturally, are you trying to make this fit, or does it flow into your purpose and direction? So I just wanted to point out the message of the Venus position, the Moon position, and the Jupiter position are all the affirmative answers in Libra's reading today. So I'm feeling like following your heart and your intuition, connected to things that you love, things that you really truly enjoy in life, and making sure that those things are a natural fit in your life, that are a natural fit to your path, your purpose and direction. And if they are, you will receive blessings, bounty, and expansion in those places and spaces. And if they are not in alignment, you will receive restriction. You will receive difficulty. It almost feels like, you know, you're walking down a dark hallway and the door that you're meant to go down opens because it is your path and purpose. That doesn't mean that other doors in the hallway won't be open. It's just that the ones that you are meant to go down will be lit. They will be, it feels like they will be obvious. I'm almost imagining like they glow, like there's a glowing energy towards them. So you just almost like being patient to make sure that, you know, you're walking far enough down that hallway and following things that are in your path and purpose, and not necessarily things that are easy or convenient, because they will just bring heartache and pain. I am getting the message that these things that are in alignment they're going to challenge you. because that's really what our existence and our spiritual journeys are about overcoming these obstacles, because growth isn't something that's easy. They're called growing pains for a reason, because there is a level of difficulty, a level of challenge, something that's going to require courage, something that's going to be a little bit out of your comfort zone, or maybe a lot of out of your comfort zone, depending on the situation. So these are the messages, Libra, that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below, click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your yes or no reading. So we are going to do yes or no responses to each of the 8 positions that you see laid out here. So take a moment to determine, which area that you want to focus your energy on, or where your question best lands, or maybe you're triangulating and doing your sun, moon, rising, or something like that. Or your Venus, Mars, Moon if you're asking a love question, or maybe you're asking a question around like the future or expansion of, say, your creative endeavors. So maybe you're looking at the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter. Maybe you're looking at areas that might be challenging for you. So maybe you're looking at Sun, Mars, Saturn, lots of different combinations. So kind of customize it as you see fit, as you're being drawn to, and feel free to come back to this video or other videos and try a different way. All right, so the answer to your Sun in Scorpio question, yes or no question, is going to be a no, straight up, no chaser with the period at the end. So the answer to your ascending sign or first house in Scorpio, yes or no question, is a yes, of course, if this is in alignment with your life's path and direction. So making sure that this is on course with your life's path and direction, then it's definitely an affirmative. And Venus. So the answer to your Venus in Scorpio question is a no. Can't fit another thing in. Okay, answer to your Saturn in Scorpio question. No, doesn't sound like the right fit. Moon in Scorpio question. Answer to your Moon in Scorpio question is a no. I'm sorry. It's a yes. It's an affirmative. Why not? So really asking that question, getting down to the meat of why not. We have a Mercury in Scorpio. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. You bet. Only if you're willing to risk something that you value. Now we're looking at Mars in Scorpio. Answer to your yes or no question is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. Does this meet your requirements? So I always say that this card is like a pausing card. It's like the Hanged Man. It's not necessarily that it's a no absolutely. It's saying that pause, stop, determine whether or not this is actually a selective opportunity before you say yes to it, if you say yes to it. And now Jupiter in Scorpio. Jupiter in Scorpio, yes or no question is a yes. Without fail, are you neglecting something important? So we had an equal spread here of affirmatives and negatives. I feel like if you're asking a love-related question here, the Venus, Mars, Moon positions are all like asking you to really, really think this thing through. So it's like, it feels like kind of a pull, like we're holding on adding anything in love or expanding anything in love. But if you are thinking about it, really asking, is this a select opportunity? Are you being selective about this partnership? Or are you is it just convenient, or you're tired of being alone, or, something like that? making sure that you're being selective, and asking why would you not do this thing, right? So it feels like there's like some pauses and some questions being asked and determinations on whether or not this is really truly meant for you. I feel like there's a strong message around staying on your path, saying yes to things that allow you to stay on your path. Yeah. So Scorpio, those are the messages I've channeled for you. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to be pulling yes or no responses for each of the 8 positions that you see before you. So we're going to be looking at Sagittarius in Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn positions. So you can take a moment here to determine which of these areas your question best fits into, or maybe you're doing, maybe you're looking at your Sun, Moon, Rising, or you're looking at, if you're asking a love question, maybe you're looking at Venus, Mars, Moon. If you're asking a question around some challenges that might be coming up in your creative space, you might be looking at Sun, Mars, Saturn. So various different kind of things, different combinations in order to get a nice customized response for yourself, okay? All right, Saggy. We're going to start with the Sun. So Sun in Sagittarius, the answer to your yes or no question is a yes. By all means, you must be willing to tap into all your resources. Is it worth it? Okay, we're moving on to first house in Sagittarius. Answer is a no, another commitment. Venus in Sagittarius, answer to your yes or no question is a no. Buckle down on priorities right now. So, connected to Venus energy, it's like we're not indulging in many things. It feels like we're restricting a little bit. We're restricting Venus a little bit and focusing on our priorities. Getting some things in order is what it feels like, okay? So now we're looking at Saturn in Sagittarius. So the answer to your yes or no question for the Saturn position is a no. Ask me in a year. Yeah, I feel like that's connected to the buckling down of priorities. It's like patience. Patience is a Saturnian energy, a Saturnian trait. Moving down to the Moon. Moon in Sagittarius. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. It's an affirmative. If this is supportive, hopeful, and encouraging, then right on, right on. Mercury in Sagittarius. Thinking, learning, communicating, networking. The answer to your question for the Mercury position in Sagittarius is a yes, indubitably. If it's clear, certain, unquestionable, then go for it. Now we're looking at Mars in Sagittarius. The answer to your question is a no, you cannot. You're not able to at this time. Now we're looking at Jupiter and Saturn position. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. No thanks. No thanks. I feel like you're saying yes to things that are in connection to your like the way you, okay. I feel like you're saying yes to things that are focused on things that communicate what you are trying to manifest, that connect to your inner space, your moon energy, your sense of security. You're saying yes to those things. You're saying yes to those things connected to your creativity, your unique mark and spark in this world. as well as your identity. I feel like there's just an overall a message around focusing on your identity, your self-expression, and your communication style to yourself and to the outside world in the universe. So my beautiful Sagittariuses, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this is helpful. If something resonated, please do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello Capricorn, welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to go ahead and shuffle out responses to all 8 of the positions laid out before you. So we're going to be looking at Capricorn, the sun in Capricorn is the sun, or the moon in Capricorn, the ascending in Capricorn, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter, all in Capricorn. So you could be mixing and matching from your other, other placements in your birth chart. Or maybe you're taking a look at a couple of different placements in your Capricorn reading today. So many different ways to handle this reading depending on what question that you are coming with today. So we're going to go ahead and start with the sun position. So sun in Capricorn, the answer to your yes or no question is a yes. It says naturally. Are you trying to make this fit, or does it flow into your purpose and direction? Now we're moving into your first house. The first house in Capricorn position is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. Does this meet your requirements? So I feel like this response is always like a pause card. It's always a pause card and wants you to really think about it. Is this select? Do you have requirements around what you agree to do? And if you don't, you're being encouraged to get some. All right, now we're looking at Venus in Capricorn. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. Ask me in a year. Now we're looking at Saturn position in Capricorn. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. Fair enough. Is someone being cheated? You, a loved one? Now we're looking at Moon in Capricorn. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. Fine. Is there better use of your time? The answer to your Mercury in Capricorn question is a yes, of course. The answer to your Mars in Capricorn question is a yes, straight up, no chaser. And last but not least, do we have Jupiter? So Jupiter in Capricorn, response today is a no. Not really your thing. Every opportunity is not a fruitful endeavor. A lot of affirmative responses for you, Capricorn. I feel like there's a focus on you getting to know yourself better. What are you really passionate about? Are the things that you are putting your effort and energy into now, this Mars position, what you are putting your drive behind, is this something that you are absolutely unequivocally doing for you? I feel like this yes there's no hesitation to this yes. It's an absolute response. And I feel like just that question, that message there is really just kind of speaking to me. Are you saying yes to are you chasing now? Like whatever you're going after, whatever you're putting your energy behind, is it an absolute yes? Like you know without a shadow of a doubt you're doing what you should be doing. I feel like right now, if you're not in alignment or chasing after what's in your heart to chase after, I feel like there's an encouragement to do that. Especially if you feel yourself kind of being called in other directions, but maybe what you're doing right now is just very stable, right? I'm particularly thinking about from like a career standpoint or business standpoint. Like you're kind of just doing the sure thing, the thing that's going to bring a check into your bank account every, 2 weeks or whatever that is. And maybe you're cheating yourself or selling yourself short, or diminishing your dreams and what you truly want because you feel like you would rather have stability, or you would rather have certainty. The message that I'm getting is that when you are in alignment with your path and purpose, there is stability there. Just because you're doing something you love doesn't mean you're not getting paid, doesn't mean you can't afford to live a life that you enjoy. So Capricorn, those are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So again, we're going to be pulling yes or no responses for each of the 8 positions that you see laid out before you today. So we are looking at the Sun in Aquarius, the Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter positions in Aquarius. So you could be triangulating a message from an earlier read, or you could be here just to dive into, you could be like an Aquarius or associate or connect to Aquarius energy, and you're looking at one or multiple positions here to get your reading today. So many different ways to use this. Let's go ahead and start with the Sun position. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Okay. And I sneeze very loud, so. All right. Sun in Aquarius. The answer to your yes or no question is yes, permission granted. Why do you need someone else's permission? The answer to your first house, Aquarius in the first house position or ascendant position, is no, perhaps when things clear up. We have Venus in Aquarius position. The answer to your yes or no question is a no, straight up, no chaser with a period at the end. We have Saturn. Aquarius is Saturn. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. You don't have all the time in the world. Is this worth such a precious, finite resource? Right now we have the Moon in Aquarius position. So the answer to your yes or no question is a no, not this time. Mercury in Aquarius. The answer to your question popped out. It says no, ask me in a year. Mars in Aquarius position. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. Why not? Jupiter position. Answer to your yes or no question is a no. Unable to dedicate the time needed. So I feel like there's an obvious focus here for Sun and Mars energy. These are both malefic energies, very intense energies. I would take a look to see where your Sun-Mars relationship is in your birth charts and to see if there are any challenging aspects to them. And if they are, I feel like there's a need to kind of work through some of that energy. I feel like getting your drive, which is Mars talks about your drive, your energy, what you're willing to put your energy behind, what you're willing to fight for. And getting that in alignment with your Sun energy, which talks about your creative expression, your unique mark on the world, your part of your identity as an individual is tied into that energy. And I feel like getting those energies into alignment will be beneficial to you. And this will actually help your mission, which if you connect to Aquarius energy, your mission is to help the collective, to bring messages that are going to help the greater good and bring about those necessary messages of hope and truth and belonging to the masses. Alright, so Aquarius, these are the messages I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in the upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your yes or no reading. Alright. Pisces. It's really interesting when I do these readings because, you know, Pisces is the last sign. And I feel like being the last sign, you always get the end. The last bit, the last push, right? Sometimes that can be exhausting. And I think it's really beautiful that you are still able to believe, even with all that you see and all the energy that you connect to and that you encounter. You're still able to be empathetic and optimistic in some ways, especially being connected to Jupiter, the position of Jupiter. Alright, so I had a moment. That is not why we're here. We're here to give you a yes or no answers. So we are going to have yes or no responses to all of the 8 energies that you see before you. So we are looking at Pisces in Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn position. So we're going to go right through, starting with your Sun. So Sun in Pisces, yes or no answer, or question. The answer to your question is a no, not this time. Rising sign in Pisces, so the first house position here. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. Ask me in a year. Venus in Pisces, yes or no question is a yes, indubitably. If it's clear, certain, and unquestionable, then go for it. We have the Saturn position in Pisces. The answer to your yes or no question is a no, not really your thing. Every opportunity is not a fruitful endeavor. Alright, and now we have the Moon in Pisces, which is my placement, one of my placements in my chart. So I had to just take a moment to do a head wobble on that. The answer to your yes or no question is a no, can't fit another thing in. Mercury and Pisces, the answer to your yes or no question is a no, another time might work. Mars and Pisces, the answer to your yes or no question is a no, doesn't sound like the right fit. And then we have Jupiter, which is natural energy connected. Jupiter's at home in Pisces in ancient astrology. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. By all means, you must be willing to tap into all your resources at your disposal, so make sure that it is worth it. All right, Pisces. So I feel like there's a clear focus for you, Pisces, on following your heart space, the things that you love, the things that bring you joy. Maybe you're pampering yourself a little bit, leaning into, pampering yourself, using that expansive, creative, imaginative mind. With Venus and Jupiter highlighted, I feel like these two, Venus and Jupiter, when they're hanging out together, it's like the yes man show of all yes men, It's like going out with that friend that's just always affirming you and you're always affirming them. Oh, girl, you look so cute. Oh, you look cute too. Oh my gosh, thank you. You want to go out to the movies? Yes, go to the movies. You want to do this? Yeah, let's do that. And you're just the constant yes man ping pong is the Venus-Jupiter energy when they're together. They're both expansive. They're both benefic energies. So I feel like right now there's just really a focus on you. I feel like it's just you like leaning into you and allowing yourself to dream and expand and grow and nurture yourself and pamper yourself and doing the things that you really love and that make you happy, that bring you joy. So I feel like this is connected also to the people and energies that you allow into your life with that Venus position there. And that you are, allowing energies, or only allowing energies in that are clear, that are certain, they're unquestionable. They have your best interest at heart. Those are the energies that you're keeping around you, because Pisces, you absorb the energy around you. So it's imperative that you keep high vibrational energy around you at all times to keep from draining all of your beautiful watery reserves. All right, my beautiful souls, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, drop a comment down below, click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming message. Bye.